ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणि विचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण. Today Prabhuji is not able to take Bhagavatam discussion, so we will be having Prabhupada purport reading. Last time we could not record the discussion, so I thought we'll just do a small revision of what we have discussed last time. So here we saw that why Bharat Maharaj did not perform any uh, duties, why he has left his duties. So that was the most important question. So then we have discussed the in the Varnashrama responsibilities, how it works. So that was our topic of discussion in the beginning. Varnashrama, why it is all this importance of Sattva and how it is very helpful for the spiritual growth, and what is Vishuddha Sattva and what is the goal of Dharma, how the cycling growth process happens. And then we have discussed about absolute reality and absolute morality and relative morality. And we also, because Bhagavatam is talking about absolute reality, that is the most important aspect to be understood. What Bhagavatam is talking about, it is not based on something, it is absolute. A law of consciousness, how when we live according to dharma, how our consciousness grows. So that is the most important thing why we have to follow dharma. Like I have my classmates are there. Uh, Recently, one Mataji, she she climbed some big mountain. Some in that is something ABC, something is there. It is a big 70 kilometers they have to climb the mountain. She is one of my classmates. She did, and along with her son. Her son is also grown up. So now, how she is very much interested in doing many activities here there. Of course, it's nothing spiritual there, but the advantage, what I want to tell is that because she got early married immediately after her 12th or something, they got her married, and she did her duties very nicely, and because of which what is happening is she's able to do because anybody who does wherever they are, whatever situation they are. Okay, Everest base camp, 70 kilometers, 14 days. Yeah, so she made it. And now she has uh, anybody who does their duties, they have so much mind peaceful. That is actually what I understood. So she is like very peaceful. She has her farm, she has her few things, and main thing is very peaceful life. Of course, she is not. If somebody gives spirituality, she will take. She don't understand what it is. But anybody does like that, they are very peaceful. Any whatever responsibility, like somebody who is very dedicated to their study and career, properly they are doing. Na? Their mind will be peaceful at the end of their life, even if they are focusing on career and studies properly, if they are doing it nicely. The problem is what is now they don't take spirituality, that is a different thing. If they take to spirituality, it becomes easy also for them to focus and concentrate because they have done what they have to do properly. Mm. So I was looking at her, and compared to other classmates, she was like quite peaceful because she has done things very committedly. Anybody like that? Because if you do things with commitment, the advantage is consciousness is growing. And scriptures are telling that uh, how we have to follow dharma because it transforms from rajoguna to satoguna. And two ways to release rajoguna is either you uncontrolled release or controlled, disciplined canceling. So this is actually what we have to do. And then practicing yoga. So this is all what we have discussed. Now Bharat Maharaj, he is indifferent. The indifference is because internally you don't have uh, any sanskaras which are forcing him to do any action. So that is the main thing. So here that section also we have discussed. Duty will make mind peaceful, and for us it will lead to bhakti, and three levels of health: physical, mental, and social health. This also we discussed, and principles of healthy society, and then there is a culture of respect, free from envy and all these things. The solution is respect. And then we have discussed the important point is that the duties are for the subtle body, and when we perform our duty we are cleaning our subtle body. So that was our topic of discussion. From the here we have discussed soul, subtle body, and gross body. So the duty are for the subtle body to purify it, and so that we can concentrate on Krishna. So the subtle body's impressions are from the past life, and that's actually what we take. So when if a person performs his duty for a long time, then at the end of life he can take sannyas, or at least he will feel that detachment. He may not leave home, but he will definitely feel detachment if he has done nicely, because the impressions will reduce and no desires. And like how we are reducing our impressions by doing action, we are doing action in relation to Krishna. That's how it happens. And we have to know why Bharat Maharaj, after this chapter, it should be very clear that why Bharat Maharaj did not do his duty. We should be able to answer it very, very properly. So we have a lot, so much time we discussed on this topic. So this is what is law of consciousness say. Even if war is happening and everybody is getting affected. So we were discussing, if war is the cause of non-veg, eating, of killing animals and eating, then who are vegetarians, they are also suffering na, because of the war. But because they are following dharma, their consciousness is expanding. That is why what happens is if consciousness is expanding, they can understand cause and effect and ultimate cause. So they will be little peaceful. Their suffering is less. Whereas a person who is having narrow consciousness, he focus on short-term gains and ignorance of the consequences, why it is happening. So that is the advantage for devotees. Anybody will see, array, why do bad things happen to good people? Or if you remain good, you will not be unhappy because your consciousness is grown. So that is the understanding. For a person who is living a very mean life, his consciousness is very, what do you say, very restricted, and because of which he will suffer. Even though he may have everything around him, but he cannot be happy because consciousness is not good. So we should know that happiness is proportionate to quality of consciousness. If it is grown, very mature, expanded consciousness, you will be happy. We cannot, that is the criteria to understand whether a person is happy or not. So to expand our consciousness, we have to perform duties properly. If somebody is cheating and he earned so much money, It looks like externally as all facilities, comforts, but because his consciousness is very contrast, uh, he cannot be happy. That is what we have to understand. So then the question will never come only, why do bad things happen to good people? That is never possible like that. So even if apparently it looks like Pandavas went through so much tribulations, they were always with Krishna and they were always happy. Duryodhana, on the other hand, he happened to be in the palace all the time. From childhood, he never left his palace. He was always having all the comforts of the palace. But if you can see, he is so miserable all the time. Whereas Yudhishthir Maharaj, he was born in the forest, went to palace, again went to forest, again palace, again forest, again palace, again. So many times up and down. But in all situations, he is happy person only because his consciousness is very expanded consciousness. It is not where we are, it is what state of mind we have. That we always say. And to have good state of mind, we have to do our responsibilities properly. We cannot give up responsibility, but we should know how to take up responsibilities properly. And we have to see in relation to Krishna. That is the most important thing for us. And then we have discussed this section. Yeah, so then we have discussed this part where Bharat Maharaj, he was, these are not recorded, so I'll just read the translations again so that it will be there if somebody wants. At that time, one of the thieves acting as a chief priest was ready to offer blood of Jadabharat, whom they imagined to be an animal man, to goddess Kali, to drink as a liquor. He therefore took up his fearsome sword, which was very sharp, and consecrating it by mantras of Bhadrakali, raised it to kill Jadabharat. Now, this is Tamoguna worship. So you are giving something and expecting something in return. And then they offer some animals and all. And in return, they expect that the goddesses also give something. And this is how their worship is. That is their mindset also that will make them look like, for them, devotion is like business. And their taste is in Tamoguna, so their worship is also in Tamoguna. If you don't give that type of worship, they cannot connect to Lord only. If such type of dacoits and very terrible people, you tell them, okay, come and sit in the open environment and meditate, then you will be able to please your Lord. They cannot even accept only. They cannot relate to it. Array, there should be some action if I want to please. You should have music and very ghastly music and some like you can imagine how it will be like in the wilderness of all these worships and all. So anyway, the point is that the taste defines. Yeah, this is one point I wanted to I can add actually. We'll see. Yeah. This is very important. Religion is based on taste. You have to always remember this. Religion is actually taste. So we have many religions. This I have told previously also. So this is basically it is taste only. Like say we take food or cloth. So on what basis we purchase? One is how much money we have, but another thing is also taste. Like say you go for a party and then there are some 10, 20 items. What items you eat is based on your taste. What taste you like, you go. Somebody will like tamoguna, somebody rajoguna, somebody sattuguna. Whatever food they are liking is based on their taste. So similarly, our interiors in the house, and any of the items which you have around, they're all car and all is all based on money also one part, but there is also taste. Whatever possible we change. When it comes to God also, na, that is also taste only. So this taste is based on what? Three modes. You're understanding? Now people are following Islam or Christianity or Hinduism. So any of these things, this is also based on three modes only. If you are in Tamoguna, you will like that my God should be in this form. And if somebody is in Sattva, for him God should be very sattvic, very calm and all. Somebody who is in Rajoguna, for him God should be he should be able to fulfill all the desires and like that. And somebody in Tamoguna, it should be like the Kali worships and all. So it is not the form of God, it is a taste that is defining. So you have all these religions that are there, it's all based on the taste. And because three modes are always existing, all these religions will exist in one form or another. You cannot avoid them. You cannot say this will not be there. Tamoguna's religion will be there, Sattuguna will be there. Within this religion also, now for them, the Islam fundamentalists are there. It is not the religion that is problem. It is their own taste that is problem. So if you say there is a fight that is happening, wars. Now, what is war happening? Is it in the name of God or fight of three modes? Now, what Krishna is telling here is there is always a fight between three modes, which we have discussed in the previous section also. There is always fight between three modes. So when war is happening, so it is a fight between, it's not about God or oil or or what do you say, governments or it is weapons. This is actually external reasons. But as a devotees, as students of Bhagavatam, we should know the deeper reasons, the reasons from Bhagavatam for wars. So first reason is because the main important reason is fight between, this is three modes. So modes are always fighting. So if there is a fight in the Islam and Christianity or Islamic place and America and Middle East, so it is actually fight of Rajoguna versus Tamoguna. Rajoguna and Tamoguna. Or Jnana and Karma also. So it's all like that. So there is always fight between these modes, and this externally it gives these reasons which turns into war which we are seeing now. Because it is affecting all of us, that's why we are discussing what exactly happens. So here they are Kali worshippers. It is just their taste. It is not about Kali or it is not about any other form. It's about what is their taste. For them, the form of Lord should be like this only. It should be very ghastly because they are in Tamoguna. They can relate to God who is very ghastly. Uh, and same thing is they can relate to God who is very fulfilling desires. Over in Rajoguna, if you tell, oh, you come to temple, you will experience so much bliss in serving Krishna, they cannot relate to it. But if you tell them, Arey, you go to temple, you just do this many times of coconut you break, 108 coconuts you break, 20 this you do, 20 that you do, and you will get so much prosperity. Immediately they will connect to it. Yes, I will go to this temple. It makes sense. You are understanding. So, and if you tell, Array, you go and this Kali Puja, you have to sacrifice this animal, and immediately you are going to get some, some other level of happiness, whatever Tamaguna happiness, and they will immediately do. You are understanding. So now, uh, if there is a fight between Islam and Christianity or Hinduism and all, what they are fighting with? They are fighting, they based on these people are telling my taste is better than your taste. That's all. So what is why they are having fight? So if there are some religious fighting, so religious fighting is based on what? Religious fighting is based on my taste is better than your taste. My taste is better. That's all. And then they fight. Now it is not a question of God here. Where people say on the name of God, so many atrocities are happening, so many wars are happening. And it is not on the name of God it is happening. It is based on the taste of the people that is happening. Even in the house also. Why to go for big wars that are happening in the world? If you can clearly observe, there is a fight between wife and husband, and most of you have this experience. Where the fight comes is, why did you purchase this color object? Why you did not purchase that item? So person may say, "Arey, the purpose is fulfilled, na?" No. If children, baby girls are there, very small girls, they are very particular. Even very small also they are particular about the taste. They say even diaper should be designer diapers only. So they have a very particular taste. And then the man has different taste. And then there is a fight. It is not, most of the fights are based because of that only. Why did you get this? Why did you get that? So it is not the item, it's a taste that is getting giving the fight. That means taste is based on what? Taste is based on modes. The taste is based on modes, right? So then conclusion is what? Fight is between what? Fight is between the modes. If that is the reason we try to have horoscopes matching so that the modes are almost match. What is the match uh, in the horoscope? What they are matching? They are matching taste only. And this is based on modes. So if taste is little nearer, then the fight is less. Otherwise, the taste is very contrast. People will fight, and that is anyway going to happen. So, and that is the reason now India and have fight with the neighboring countries. This that it is not, they will have disputes for water, they may have disputes for, that is one level of dispute. But another ideological dispute, they say. What is ideological dispute? That's a dispute of the taste only. It's like that. So here we have to know the fights, the cause of the fights. It's not based on religion. If we can see here, even at the time of Bharata Maharaj, uh, they are, even at the time of Bharata Maharaj also, there are people in Tamoguna and they were doing all these things. And definitely they will not like Satoguna people. Then they may become averse to them. So here they are not understanding the greatness of Bharata Maharaj also. All the rogues and thieves who had made arrangement for the worship of goddess Kali were low-minded and bound by the modes of passion and ignorance. You see, it's very clear. It's all passion and ignorance. That means their actions are like that. They were overpowered by desire to become very rich. Now, if you tell them you can become rich by meditation, they cannot understand. They want to become rich by this type of worship only. Therefore, they have audacity to disobey the injunctions of the Vedas so much so that they were prepared to kill Jadava, a self-realized soul born in Brahmana family. Due to their envy, These dacoits brought him before goddesses Kali for sacrifice. Such people are always addicted to envious activities and therefore they dare to kill Jadabharat. So, addicted to envious activity. This is also because of Tamoguna. Low minded because of Tamoguna. Dare to kill, and another important thing, disobey the injunctions of scriptures. That is also because of Tamoguna. Your understanding. So he was no one's enemy and he was always absorbed in meditation. He was born in Brahmana family and killing him was forbidden. Even though he may have been an enemy or aggressive person. In any case, there was no reason to kill. Jarabartha and goddesses Kali could not bear this. She immediately understood that these sinful dacoits were about to kill a great devotee of the Lord. Suddenly, the deity's body burst asunder, and the goddess Kali personally emerged from it in a body burning with an intense, intolerable effulgence. So here, mm, mm, who can kill? So only who is an aggressor, he should be killed. And Lord Rama killed Ravana. And another thing, he says that the killing of animals in sacrifice to demigods who are expansions of Supreme Lord is sanctioned by those who eat meat. This is a kind of restriction for meat eating. So this sanction should be there. Why sanction should be there? According to our discussion, because people with lower taste are always existing. People with tamoguna exist. So you have to facilitate them. So Lord is very kind. He said, okay, you are tamoguna, your taste is tamoguna. Now you have to be connected to Lord. If you don't give tamoguna people connection to Lord, they will continue to remain in tamoguna. Then there is no hope for them. So instead of that, they are given the facility to uh, connect to Lord in a restricted way so that they will slowly get elevated. So this is a kind of restriction for meat eating. And the slaughter of animals is also restricted by certain rules and regulations in Vedas. Considering these points, there is no reason to kill Jadabhat, who was born in a respectable Brahmana family. And so Vedas did not at all sanction the killing of Jadabharat by rogues and thieves. Consequently, goddess Kali emerged from the deity. So she could not tolerate it. So Vishnu Chakra Thakur explains the Brahman effulgence of such a devotee as Jadabharat, the deity, was fractured. And only thieves and rogues in mode of passion, ignorance, and maddened by material opulence offer a man in sacrifice before goddesses Kali. So here also in India, this part of the city, means this part of what do you say, Hyderabad, some above Hyderabad, some places little near from Hyderabad, they do the sacrifices for children. They kill children. And the child should have two rings on the head. Say we all, the hair, na, it forms a circular form in the top of the head, in the Brahmarandra part. If the child has two circles, they will sacrifice such children. So one of my friend, he got a child and who is having two rings on the head. And immediately left the place and shifted to some other location. He went to some other part of the state. He didn't stay there because when people observe that these children has, they will kidnap and kill. So this type of sacrifices are there now also. This is not sanctioned by Vedic instructions. Presently, there are many hundreds and thousands of slaughterhouses throughout the world. They are maintained by puffed up population, mad by for material opulence. Such activities are never supported by Bhagavatam school. So this is actually what was the cause of the modes and the taste. And we should not. That's another thing. If devotees, na, they start becoming very envious and what do you say? They start very critical about other religion. We should not do it because we should know it is tamoguna taste. They will always exist in one form or another. That type of religions always exist. They are meant to. They are meant now, especially in Kali Yuga. They are going to flourish only because the time is of Kali, so it is his time. The devotees are like militants for present age. Otherwise, it's all time for Kali only. Means I can write here on. Please try to understand. This is who this kingdom is now for Kali. So Kali is the time. So then what happens? This passion and ignorance will flourish. Now, passion and ignorance are connected. The religions that are in this religions will flourish. Even people who are following Hinduism or Sanatan Dharma, they will also take up only Tamoguna, Rajoguna aspects of Sanatan Dharma. They will not take Sattva Guna. They will only take Rajas and Tamas. Why? Because it is Kali Yuga. So now, if you see, they will say in the name of Sanatan Dharma. What type of worship they are doing? Ganesh, Durga. Even if they are going to Kumbh Mela and all, it is all with Rajas and Tamas motivations only. Very, very less Sattva because it's all Kali's time. Even if they do Ganesh Puja and all, with what motivations they are doing, with what mentality they are doing. There is no elevation of consciousness for them. There is no chance like that. And they are not interested also. They are interested in their own material benefits. So what is the point of being Sanatan or not Sanatan? It does not make much. Of course, some difference is there in some that they will be favorable to Sattvic path. If you go for other religions, they are very much against Sattva. At least people of who are Sanatan, they may be little bit favorable to Sattva. So that's why we say, okay, we also support Sanatan Dharma. But actually, we don't support anyone. We only support Bhagavad Dharma. That is our thing. But we support Sanatan in the sense that if many people are in Sanatan, they will be favorable to Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, they will be antagonistic to Krishna consciousness. It will be more problem. That is the main reason. But ultimately, this type of people will only perish. Even if whole country is Sanatan, they are not going to be Sattva. They will be completely in Rajas and Tamas. They will be worshipping Ganesh, Durga, or whatever, or any other forms. They make so many gods nowadays. Now we have so many modern age religions, especially in the corporate world. Why they are flourishing in the corporate world? Many people are very famous there. The main reason is because they are they are in Rajoguna. That's the reason. Yes, Gail Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Um,
Right.
you, you're making, it seems, distinction between Sanatan Dharma and Bhagavad Dharma, but I thought that our Sanatan Dharma was, you know, Krishna's servant, right? And so I don't understand the distinction.
Oh, no, no.
Sanatan
I
Dharma.
am talking about the contemporary use of the word Sanatan Dharma. Of course, Sanatan is what Bhagavad Dharma is same only, but
Ah,
the present time, the presently what Hindu Dharma they are using, I am just trying to address that point, not about the proper
oh,
etymological meaning of Sanatan.
so, okay, so what is that modern definition of
Modern
Sanatan?
definition is like whoever is like Hindu, you are worshipping Ganesh, you may be doing anything related to Hinduism, whatever, some rituals, this, that. They may be purely Mayavadis. They may say, I am only God, everybody is God. and nobody is God, or some some ordinary person as God. They will do so many khichdi there nowadays, and you have so many
Actually,
so many such organizations are there, which are nothing to do with any shastra or anything, but because they look little, spiritual type and they belong to India, they think it is Sanatan.
Mhm. Oh, because some type of worship is there. So
Some sort of worship,
it's
and that is related to Indian gods. That's why, or Indian style.
and
Anything that is
demigods.
Indian style, they feel it is Sanatan.
Uh-huh. And also, you were saying that, you know, externally it seems like we're fighting for this particular thing or that particular thing, when it's actually the modes, right?
Yes, it's
And
modes which
and
decides the taste, and you fight for the
yeah,
taste.
that's what I was going to say, that your tastes are determined by the modes that dominate you, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so it's not exactly that modes and tastes are synonymous. It's more like the mode, there's a subtle distinction, right? That modes determine
Taste.
uh, taste.
Yes.
Yeah.
Means you are in that mode, you will be having that taste only. If I am Tamoguna and you take me to some a very hill station and some other place, I'll be a little miserable. But if you take
Yeah.
me to a party with a pub and other things, then they will dance and then they are very happy there.
Hmm. Yeah, and just one quick last thing about the rings on the child's head. When we talk about these rings, are they like birthmarks or what kind of rings are they in the head?
No, no, no. Our hair, na, it just becomes little circle in the top of the head.
Uh, the hair,
The hair, na, it is just what do you say? It is just
curly,
some.
a
It
little.
curls at it curls in the top of the head, na.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
if there are two curls like that, then they take the child and they kidnap and kill the child.
I mean, is something like that happening in this modern age?
Of course, my friend, he was staying there. He has to leave that place. He shifted only. He went to different location only. He couldn't stay. He know that someday my child will be kidnapped.
And and the purpose of killing the child is what?
They
Sacrifice.
sacrificing like how they are doing for Bharat Maharaj. Such sacrifices are there.
And they hope to get some kind of material prosperity by
Yes,
killing the
yes,
child.
yes, yes. They are.
Wow, this is literally inconceivable.
They are doing na here Bhagavatam. We are seeing directly.
I know, but Bhagavatam is one thing, but this modern time is quite another thing. Is one thing to see, you know, Jud Bharat, undergoing this, but in 2026, that's a whole different level for me. I mean,
Actually, there are so many things which we don't know only, which are happening in the society. People still have faith in such things, and there are people who do such things. Even in we have in Kerala, we have Nambudris. They you go there, there will be some in the display also. Like we have like menu in the hotel, what all items we have. So they have some small huts, and outside they will be written. So if you want some black magic, you want to destroy your enemy, steal some property, do this, do that, get something this. So this is the rate you have to pay. So
okay, but I don't know, killing a child, it sounds, that's a whole different level, people. Whole different level.
yeah, it is still there. What can be done?
Wow. Okay, Boo. Thank you.
Yes, Radhika Sevikam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, if I did not get this wrong, then Sanatan Dharma is in Rajas and Tamas, and many people are in ignorance. They want to harm others. They do bhakti to harm others. But as far as Sattva is concerned, Bhagavad Dharma is above Sattva, no, because it is Paro Dharma. It is the worship which is above the three modes. It is taking us to a transcendental level. Vedas are within the three modes, could be Tamas, Rajas, and Sattva, but not Bhagavad Dharma. It is above the three modes. So how do we say that is sattva?
Yeah. So Sattva people, of course, Bhagavatam, anybody can practice because it is above three modes.
Mhm.
Basically, what happens is people who are in Sattva, they are little more inclined to Bhagavad Dharma. That's why we encourage it. So, like
Oh.
Prabhupada went and people are completely in Tamoguna and Rajoguna, and Prabhupada preached to them and he transferred them into Shuddha Sattva. So, Bhagavatam, anybody can take to Bhagavatam, but to maintain it, you need Sattva. So
Mhm.
that type of people maintain. That's the reason when Prabhupada went, he could create so many devotees, but not
Mhm.
many could continue practicing because the facilities in that place are not suitable. It is completely with Tamoguna and Rajoguna.
Mhm.
So, but in India, the facilities to practice is much more easier comparatively.
Mhm. So basically, to start Bhagavad Dharma, it's easier if one is in sattva, but if ultimately one practices and imbibes the principles of Krishna consciousness, then definitely one will transcend modes.
No, to take to Bhagavad Dharma, Sattva is not compulsory, but to maintain Bhagavad Dharma, Sattva is very much needed. So
Mhm.
Prabhupada was trying to preach in India, but nobody was taking. People are in Sattva only here, but they didn't take it. People
Mhm.
in the West, they took it. But to maintain it, when Indians took, they could maintain. Even now, Christianity also, they are having a survival problem, the Christian religion. So they know they want to very much preach in India
Mhm.
because they know if Indians take to Christianity, Christianity will survive. So anybody, any religion Indians take, that will survive because here people are in Sattva, they maintain it.
They are devoted, but not always in sattva. They maintain it, as you see in the worshippers of Ganpati and worshippers of Kali and Durga. They are also very stoic, very very obstinate. No, this is our God. We worship. We don't believe in anything else. We don't believe in it. We only believe in that. So they are also very very what you can say obstinate.
Yeah, it is obstination is taste only, Mataji. It's not about the god of Durga or Kali. It is
Mm.
basically there in that mode. In that mode, you behave like that. That's will be your taste, and that's how you are. If you are in Tamoguna, you
Mm.
behave in Tamoguna way only.
Mhm. So basically, when they are
It's
so
not about
particular.
Durga worshipper or Ganesh worshippers. We should
Mhm.
not connect to the gods which they are worshipping. We should see in which mode they are and how they will behave. So there will be somebody who is worshippers of Shiva and Sattuguna also. Their
Mhm.
style of worship of Lord Shiva will be completely different.
Mhm.
Rajoguna worshippers of Shiva will be different. Tamoguna worships. Even bhakti also in three modes we have. So it is basically in which mode you are, you worship accordingly, your style will be like that.
Mhm. But when we say a person is very obstinate, very stoic, very, very firm, I have to worship this demigod only. That firmness, what does it signify? Rajogun or tamogun or sattvagun?
It depends. It can be Rajoguna also, Tamoguna also, Sattva. Like we are also in Sattoguna, we are also little fanatical about worshipping Krishna only. We say no. Even Vishnu also no. We say only Krishna. We
Mhm.
are also like that only. We say no other form other than Krishna. That also Vrindavan Krishna, not even Dwarka Krishna also. That
Mhm.
also Radha and Krishna only. No other, even Lord Laddu Gopal also. It is only Krishna with Radha. So it is based on our it is not just sattva rajas tamo, it is just see, I will give example, like say somebody has a very strong ego, and if he takes
Mhm.
up something he feels that is only right, and he will try to push it on others also because of his ego.
Mhm.
So it is based on what type of ego. If you have strong ego, and if you can convince a person with strong ego or something, then his whole life is like holding on to it.
Mhm.
So then he will try to impose on others, or he try to be fanatic and other things also like
Mhm. 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 Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
that. So So here we, so this is very important to understand the distinction between, don't connect to the God which they are worshipping. You just see what mode they are, that's why they are behaving like that. So even in Christianity and Islam also there will be people in Sattva. So their teaching of their religion will be completely different if they are in Sattva, in Islam or Christianity or Judaism or any other religion. But if they are in Rajoguna, they teach differently. If Tamoguna, they teach differently. So like that. So it is not the religion that is problem. It is who is practicing that is a problem. So intolerant of the offenses committed, the infuriated goddess Kali flashed her eyes and displayed her fierce curved teeth. Her reddish eyes glow and she displayed her fearsome features. She assumed a frightening body as if she were prepared to destroy the entire creation. Leaping violently from the altar, she immediately dispatched all the rogues and thieves with the very sword which they had intended to kill Jadabharat. She then began to drink the hot blood that flowed from the necks of the beheaded rogues and thieves as if this blood were liquor. Indeed, she drank this intoxicant with her associates, who are witches and female demons. Becoming intoxicated with this blood, they all began to sing very loudly and dance as though prepared to annihilate the entire universe. At the same time, they began to play with the heads of the rogues and thieves, tossing them as if they were balls. So, a horror scene from Bhagavatam. This is like most horror thing. So it is evident from this verse that goddesses, the devotees of goddesses Kali are not at all favored by her. It is goddesses Kali work to kill and punish their demons, engaging in dispatching many demons, dacoits, and other unwanted elements in society. So, neglecting Krishna conscious, foolish people try to satisfy goddesses by offering her many abominable things. But ultimately, when there is a little discrepancy in the worship, the goddesses punishes the worshipper by taking his life. Demonic people worship goddesses Kali to obtain some material benefit, but they are not excused by the sins performed in the name of worship. To sacrifice a man or animal before deity is specifically forbidden. When an envious person commits an offense before a great personality is always punished in a way mentioned above. This is a very important lesson. If you offend, material nature is not going to excuse. So even though person may be a devotee of Durga, she is not going to leave him alone. The punishment is going to come. And this is actually applicable to any worshippers or any person who is violating this rule of service to Vaishnavas, they'll definitely get punished. Uh, if they offend Vaishnavas, there is no hope because they are very, very rare. That's why it is very dangerous. Because now we are only associating with devotees and we have devotees around. We are considering it is okay, but as such the number is very small. We are in devotees circle and families and especially the social media. We communicate very fast. We can see so many videos of devotees and all, and we can get association every day. We take it for granted, but it's actually very rare to find devotees who want to exclusively serve Krishna without giving any bill to him. We discuss this also. After doing bhakti for some time, we want to give a bill to Krishna. Krishna, I did chanting for 6 years, 10 years, 20 years, I chanted. Now do something good for me. So this type of bhakti will not do any good. We should not give any bill to Krishna after doing all bhakti. We just do for because Krishna is happy. So what did you get? My happiness is because I got an opportunity to serve Krishna. That is only my happiness. So that type of bhaktas are very less. Sukha Goswami said as to Maharaj Vishnu Datta, those who already knew that soul is separate from the body, who are liberated from the invincible knot in the heart, who are always engaged in welfare activities of living entities and who never contemplate harming anyone are always protected by Supreme Lord, who carries his disc and acts as supreme time to kill the demons and protect his devotees. The devotees always take shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord. Therefore, at all times, even if threatened by deception, they remain unagitated. For them, this is not at all wonderful. So this is the what happens. These are one of the important qualities of devotees. You see what is written. First thing is they know that they are not the body. The soul is separate from the body. Always engage in welfare activities of other living entities. Never contemplate harming anyone. That means we should first give up that if we hear bad news about others, means not bad news, means anything negative about others, it should not give us any pleasure. Our ear should feel little irritated if we are hearing that news. If we are still interested, you know what happened here, this fellow did like this, that fellow did like this, and our ears are little getting pleasure, that means it's not good. Even we should not have any enemies in devotees, and we should not wish bad for others. These are all things that are very much needed. Actually, envy is default mode. When we say this is mine, this is not mine. If you have this possessive mentality, we are envious only. If we say this is mine, this is not mine, so my house and others' house. So as soon as we identify with the house, we will immediately see that other house is better than mine, and we become envious. Or if are proud also. If my house is better than theirs, I'll become proud. If their house is better, I'll become envious. So these are the two default settings in the mind for most of the people. Even if they want, we can pretend to be devotees, but this is always going to come. Even in ashram brahmacharis also. Okay, I did better than his preaching. I have more boys under me or counsellors under me or what, more preaching and all. So this is the default setting that happens. This is all because of that identification. If we are identifying with ourselves. But if we are identifying it is given by Krishna, then only we can give up this pride and envious. Otherwise, not possible. If a person is thinking, okay, Krishna gave me this house, and he gave bigger house to somebody, smaller house to somebody, and good house to me. It is all Krishna given. Then we will not compare what Krishna gave for others. Okay, it is Krishna knows that this is good for him, he gave, and he knows this is good for me, he gave me this. So in all the times we are very peaceful. There is no envy, there is no pride. If we have, and these are comes in Rajoguna, and in Sattva people are little peaceful. So these are the qualities of Rajoguna. You are understanding? So this is what is happening. But a devotee, he is not envious, he is always thinking of welfare of others. Why? Because he is connecting everything to Krishna. If we are not connecting, my son should perform, he should be nicely situated, he should have this, he should have that. This is all wrong. Means that is not wrong in the sense, okay, we can wish like that, but we should not identify with them. We should identify they are in connection to Krishna. So, Ishavashamidam sarvam yat kinchit jagatyam jagat. So, this Ishavasham is a very important principle. We have to see things in connection to Krishna. He is giving and he is taking. Anytime he can take. Your children may be best, or you may be best, or your wife may be very beautiful, and your husband may be very handsome, but it is all Krishna only. It is nothing to do with us. If we say it is belong to me, we become proud or we become envious. And this is why we have to identify like that. That is the mistake people do, and that's what Krishna is trying to tell. Arey, no, no connection to you. You are not the body, you are spirit soul. This is all illusion, it's all Maya. But people are very much interested to be in Maya, and they want to switch off their intelligence and enjoy. So that is the tragedy that is happening around. So Prabhupada writes, these are some of the great qualities of pure devotees of Supreme Lord. First, a devotee is firmly convinced of his spiritual identity. He never identifies with body. He is firmly convinced that the spirit soul is different from the body. Consequently, he fears nothing. Even though his life may be threatened, he is not at all afraid. He does not even treat an enemy like a friend, like an enemy. Such are the qualifications of devotees. Devotees are always fully dependent on Supreme Lord. And Lord is always eager to give them all protection in all circumstances. So it is not that they are, what do you say, incapable. They understand that living entity as such don't have any power on its own. Uh, we whatever is given, we are not lazy and we are not having any self-esteem. It's not like that. It is real self-esteem and we are fully active, but in a right direction. Arjuna is fighting. He's not just sitting and Prabhupada states he's not smoking ganja. He is fighting. Duryodhana is fighting. So devotees are not lazy. They are working hard, but they know from where the strength comes. That is the main difference. So because of which they don't become proud. Simple. So I know why it is happening. So where is the question of becoming proud? So why there is question of envy? That then they can understand Bhagavatam. Paramo nirmatsaranam sadam. Bhagavatam can be understood a person who is not envious. And not envious means we don't compare with others. When we don't compare, when we don't identify, then we don't compare. If we identify, then we compare. So it's all connected. You're understanding. So this is very simple uh, concept here. So in this chapter we discussed, I will not go for the next chapter today. I thought I'll start, but tomorrow we'll do it. So the point is very, I will just revise this important point that Jarabat need not do his duty because he don't have any impressions. Impressions are there, they are called samskaras, they are called vasanas, and we have to do our duty for it to nullify them. Otherwise, no need. And by doing duty, how we can nullify? But doing duty means doing with a proper state of consciousness. Otherwise, it will only further enhance our entanglement. And that's actually what is happening to people. So, any questions, comments on this taste and what we have discussed today? Duty, why Bharat Maharaj did not do duty, you are all clear with this chapter. Why Jarabat need not do his duty. Okay, then we will end here. Okay, one question we have. Yes, Smriti.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Then
Prabhuji, at what stage do these impressions or samskaras, at what stage actually they go away, and when do we get to know that now uh, we need to engage in our duties, or because anyway we are engaged in the devotional service. So there is a slight confusion because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that one who is engaged in devotional service has no more varnashrama responsibilities or duties, or the nitya karma or naimittika karma. But our expectation from the family would be that daily we engage in our whatever is coming from generationally, we need to do certain things. So uh, internally, what should our clarity be so that we are not confused about it?
no, we have to do our family duties, but we have to do with proper understanding, with connection with Krishna. when they are doing Varnashrama, the Karma Yogas and all, they don't see the connection very clearly. They know that they have to do it. But for devotees, na, we do it, but we know the connection with Krishna. That is the very most important difference. Like for
Okay.
you, your husband or your children or your in-laws or your parents or whomever are given to you, Krishna gave you. Now, if
Yes.
Krishna gives you and tells you to do this service nicely, why we will not do it? Okay, Krishna, you gave me
Mhm.
this service of taking care of family. Because to please you, I will do it. Because you are doing to please Krishna, then it became devotional service for you. So
Yes,
that is
Prabhuji.
the, and as long as you have, then if you are doing in that way, what happens? Now, automatically the detachment in the heart will come slowly, slowly. And at one particular point, you will naturally feel there is no taste in the family. You are having more taste in Bhagavatam and these things. So it
Prabhuji.
naturally should happen. At the stage of Nishta, your anarthas are gone. And then you are fit more to completely focus on Krishna consciousness. Then in
Yes,
the
Prabhuji.
evening,
So,
instead of any
so
other
that
thing, you
that is
like to.
exactly my question, because like I already feel like detached, attached, and it is very it becomes sometimes evident to people that like you're no more attached to anything, uh, and that is that fears them, scares them to the other family members. Though we are doing our duty or responsibilities, whatever, as a parent, as a wife, whatever is expected, trying to do the best out of that. But it is very easy for people to see that that like you're not doing it like fully with heart, and I'm not able to fake it. So then what happens? Because the
No, we
time
have
that
to.
I spend on these activities, the spiritual activities, is much more. Well, I'm also working, but even then, mine is a flexi work, so I'm able to pull out a lot of time for the spiritual activities. So, but they're able to make out easily that no, you're not really attached anymore. And how to manage that problem? Though it is a responsibility given by Krishna, no, is Krishna going to be pleased with me or dissatisfied with me?
We should not display our detachment.
Trying very hard, Prabhuji.
So it should be in the heart. So we have to make them. We should not make others uncomfortable because of our behavior. So you may not feel taste, but if they are say if they want to play or do some things, children or I don't know situation. I'm just giving an example. You
Mhm.
have like no parents play with children, but parents are detached. They don't enjoy that play, but they play with the children to give pleasure to the children. So it's not that you will get affected by that play. Whatever result comes, they're not affected by the result. But they play with the children with detachment. And children are also happy that my parents are playing with me. So
Yes,
when you are
Prabhuji.
doing your activities, you should, if they are having certain, if they got good marks and they are very happy, you should also celebrate with them. You may not be affected by the results, but you should also celebrate.
Yes,
Then,
Prabhuji. All that I'm doing, Prabhuji. Only thing is that like there are certain expectations. For example, like I'm the only one who is practicing Krishna consciousness in a family who's not practicing. Okay, so then the expectations to a certain extent are like you're not watching TV with me at all, and you're not watching news. Earlier, you used to watch news with me, and things like that. So their definition of their or his my children don't have such expectations with me. They are grown up. They have gone to colleges, but with in case of a husband also, this is the expectation.
yeah,
Then
some things,
how
they are,
can I show taste when I don't have taste in that?
no, no,
Then
no,
what do I
no.
do?
Yeah.
Definition of spending time is this. So should I be doing my own thing, but that is upsetting somebody else?
It is
Very tricky
little
situation.
because these questions, Mataji, I will No, I can
I
answer,
got
but
it.
I will answer personally because what happens if I tell something, it becomes common for
Yeah, yeah.
everyone.
Okay, okay, Prabhuji.
So he can
Sure,
send me
Prabhuji.
some text message and voice message. I'll reply to it because it is case to case. It varies. It cannot be discussed in public. I can tell principle wise, but again, it will be confusing for
Hmm.
many.
Hmm.
You
Yes,
can
Prabhuji.
send me
I
voice message.
understand.
I'll answer it to it. This question. I don't want to answer in public.
Sure, sure. I understand.
Radhika Sevika.
Krishna Prabhuji, can you just re-elaborate why it was not necessary for Jat Bharta to do his duties just because he was a pure devotee of the Lord? Is that the only reason?
No, no, no. That we discussed that internally he is completely engaged in meditating on the Lord because his heart is completely pure.
Yeah, okay.
So once your heart is completely pure,
Mm-hmm.
internally you are able to focus completely on the Lord, not getting any distraction from outside. So then it is possible to meditate on Lord because the heart is pure. So till the heart is pure, you have to do your duty. Once your heart completely gets purified, then no need of doing duty because your heart, then you can meditate on the Lord completely.
Oh, okay. So means we as sadhakas are just waiting for our purification of heart.
Yes.
ठीक है प्रभु जी हरे
That's why doing things in a proper way is compulsory.
कृष्ण ओके प्रभु जी हरे कृष्ण
Yes, yes, Gail Mother.
Yeah, hi, Krishna Prabhu. Yeah, just to follow up on that conversation that you just had, one right before this one. Um, it just seems like there's always this confusion that being detached means, like in family, right? Being detached from the family means like you don't care about the family or something like that, you know? But it's just being detached from the family. My understanding is that just means that you don't um, address the family or approach the family for your own personal enjoyment, you know? But you still care because Krishna, you know, without caring about the family, you can't serve Krishna properly, you know? Because Krishna wants you to take care of the family, which means, you know, having affection for the family, but in the Krishna conscious way. It doesn't mean like you don't care one way or the other what people do, what people, you know. This means it's not for your own personal gratification that you're dealing with the family, but you do have affection. But that affection is displayed in a Krishna conscious way for the in a way that will promote the Krishna consciousness of the family. That is affection for the family. So, I mean, this is how I'm seeing it. What do you think?
See, being detached means not irresponsible. That's actually how people become. So their irresponsibility they show as that detachment, but that is not correct.
Yeah.
Person who is responsible and who is Krishna conscious, his actions are very much proper. He will do responsibility properly, but
Mm-hmm.
he will not get affected by what is happening around. That is where
Mm-hmm.
detachment comes. Detachment is internal, it's not external show. I am
Mm-hmm.
detached.
Mm-hmm.
I'll wear torn clothes. I will do this. I will do that. No need. You can wear proper clothes, but you need not get
Mm-hmm.
affected by what type of clothes you are wearing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when they are dealing with family also, they are very much involved in the family activities, but they don't get affected by what is happening.
Mm-hmm.
They are not so much eager because they are in a mood of service. They don't want that, oh, my wife should now show emotions, affections to me. My children should show some gratitude to me. No expectations. And so because he's detached, he don't have expectation, but he will definitely serve them.
Mm-hmm.
So he will take care of the family nicely. He will serve wife, children, everybody properly. But he don't expect anything in return from them. So that is where detachment comes. Detachment is not the action. They should be detached to the results of the action. That is what is to
Yeah,
be done.
yeah, and serving them, that's also a very kind of how should I say, case by case. How one person serves their family can be very different from how another person serves their family, because different families have different needs, right? And so
Yeah,
it could be good preaching to serve a family according to their needs, because they'll see that a Krishna conscious person cares about me.
yeah, yeah,
But it
yeah,
also doesn't mean that you give them whatever they want. You do what's best for them. But doing what's best for one family may look different from doing best for another family. So
yeah.
it's like a case by case thing.
Yeah, in some family, they're saying we'll have a party and you should also participate and we'll drink and eat another nonsense. So then they need not cop, they need not do it. They say, so there should be a clear cut boundary also where how much
Hmm.
extent they should do and what they should not do. And family members, they should also accept it. See where the
Hmm.
problem comes, na? Another problem where it comes is when devotee become Krishna conscious in the family, he thinks he is best and all other people in the family are fallen souls. If he
Hmm. Yeah.
treats them or anyway
Hmm.
he feels in the mind, others will sense that and immediately they
Yes.
become averse. They say this fellow
Mm.
feels that we are inferior and he is better than us.
And
So
that becomes a disservice to Krishna.
yes,
You
yes,
you alienate people from Krishna that way,
yes.
because they see that Krishna's devotee is treating them in this condescending way.
Yes, yes. So if you're treating with love and a proper way, then they will not mind if you say, I cannot do this, I cannot do this. They say, okay, it's his taste. So they understand because you are treating it in that way. They say, now
Hmm.
my taste changed. I am not telling I am better than you now. I
Yeah.
tell now I don't want to eat and drink all these things because my taste changed. I wanted to do something in a different way. Then you value what they have, means they are at that level. So you just encourage them at that level. So they will also don't mind what you are doing. But if you are looking them down, definitely they will start becoming upset.
Hmm. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay. One month,
Oh, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Uh,
Yes.
yeah. So I was hearing, His Grace Balram Shakti Prabhu lecture on the same topic that he gave in the past. Um, so I just wanted to, give a comment on that. So he said that, see, Jada Bharat, he doesn't have to do anything because he's a liberated soul. So when he was talking, it was a topic on mind. So actually, the mind is the one that can cause liberation and binding. And the mind basically, um, so the soul sees the surroundings in view how the mind looks at the world. So the mind gets attached to the gunas, and it I mean, mind is also inanimate, but the mind with the help of senses, the karmendriyas and the gyanendriyas, um, it actually looks at the material world, and it presents it to the soul. um, so that is for a materialistic person, or somebody who still has material attachment. But for a liberated soul, he does not identify himself with the mind. So when he does not identify himself with the mind, where the mind itself has this presentation, is influenced by gunas, and that's why Rahuguna, he does not have any duties to work. So because it's a liberated soul, it does not there was a concept about the burnt out wick and the fresh golden wick. So a burnt out wick is actually um, is a wick which is attached to influenced by gunas and material attachment, but a full ghee wick is completely is relishing the pastimes of the Lord. So that was I kind of wanted to add that. Hare Krishna. Hello.
Yeah. So that is the important, the nice point that they don't identify with mind. Presently, we identify with mind and body. This is called Dehatma Buddhi. So we have to be free from this Dehatma Buddhi, identification with mind. Identification with mind basically means I like, I don't like, the desires, and this emotional state is actually identification with mind. I like, I don't like, this is the way it should happen, and these are things I want. So all these things is what our mind is, and we identify so much with it. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we'll end here. Thank you all very much. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.